Episode 36 of the Gettin, Geeked podcast starts right now.
Gettin Geeked, Gettin Geeked, Gettin Geeked with Danny Allen. Gettin Geeked, Gettin Geeked, Gettin Geeked with Danny Allen.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? On today's episode, we are going to be discussing Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Inside Out 2, Shrek 5, The Acolyte, what is going on, and Gladiator 2 trailer. All that on today's episode of Getting Geeked. Let's get right into it. So, it's becoming clear Hugh Jackman will stay the MCU's version of Wolverine. I don't know about that. Because of the positive reaction from Deadpool and Wolverine, the central question remains about the concept if the gap between Fox's Deadpool and the MCU is using Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to bridge it. How exactly is it going to feel when Jackman is replaced by a new younger actor in the next X-Men based phase of Marvel in a year or two? The answer, he's almost certainly not going to be replaced, and it seems likely that in addition to leading Fox's X-Men, he's going to stay around for the MCU's as well. Okay, right here, this premise, I disagree. And I'll tell you why. I think Hugh Jackman will stick around for Secret Wars, and that's it. After Secret Wars, I think we are going to get a replacement. We are going to get variants of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, just to start loosening up the audience a little bit to the idea of other Wolverines out there existing. That is why I don't think Hugh Jackman will stick around. And because he's like 55 years old and he's not going to want to keep up the exercise and the diet that requires him to look like Wolverine. So, according to Forbes, they think the opposite of what I think. First, that's the main question. I just said at baseline, it would feel weird to have a new Wolverine for the first time in 25 years. Okay, just because it would feel weird, it doesn't mean they're not going to swap him out. We got new Superman, we got new Batman. It's just going to happen. This has to happen. The MCU, I think we're going to get a whole new Avengers. I think after Secret Wars, we're going to get a new Tony Stark. We're going to get a new Captain America. We're going to get new X-Men. And then we're going to get the Fantastic Four that they're going to introduce. I think we're going to get all new characters. Everybody's going to get replaced. Secret Wars is going to be the end of like the main MCU. They're going to blow everything up. They're going to merge everything into one Earth or whatever. And it's going to be all new people. Let's go back to this Forbes article. No one else in the history of comic book movies has played a superhero role this long or this often. Okay, that's true. But bringing Jackman in for Deadpool and Wolverine, and rumor has it, the Avengers films at the end of Multiverse Saga would make replacing him shortly after even more unlikely and unwelcome. And then they want to bring in Ryan Reynolds promoting the film, saying out loud, "There's only been one Wolverine. The reason is no one can do it except him." I mean, that's hyperbole. They're trying to hype up the movie that they're in, obviously. Listen, guys. We all know that Hugh Jackman is, peak Wolverine. But we need to start thinking of him not being Wolverine. And I think that's a good idea to end his run as Wolverine in Secret Wars. Him representing, the rumor is Toby's going to be in it representing Sony's universe. Hugh Jackman's going to be in it representing Fox's universe. And then Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in it representing the MCU. That's like the rumor for Secret Wars. I don't know if I buy that yet, but I don't buy the fact that they're going to stick Hugh Jackman in the MCU going forward. It's just not what I think is going to happen. Anyways, what do you guys think about this Deadpool Wolverine? Do you think Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, is going to stick around after Secret Wars to continue to be the main Wolverine in the MCU? Let me know in the comments and let's talk about it. Okay. Next story. Inside Out 2 becomes Pixar's highest grossing movie. This is actually good and bad news. Highest grossing movie, that's great news, because we all thought Pixar was going downhill during the pandemic. Bob Chapek from Disney, he put everything on Disney Plus, skipping the theaters. causing Pixar to not look too great for their stockholders, okay? By putting all their movies on Disney Plus and not going to theaters, we were thinking not only was Pixar going to be in trouble, so were the movie theaters. And with Inside Out 2, while that's great, now it's proven that the theaters are still viable, now that Pixar is still viable, we don't have to stress as much about, oh, are they going to go under and are the movie theaters going to shut down? Obviously, none of those things are going to happen. What is bad about this, in my opinion, is Inside Out 2 is a big property. It's already a big franchise, okay? Inside Out is a proven franchise. So, obviously, Inside Out 2 had a leg up. Where you got stuff like Moana or... what were the other Disney movies? Disney animation... Which ones didn't go to theaters? We'll see here. I think it was Wish went to theaters. That didn't go to theaters. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so the whole thing I was talking about was the fact that there was a set of movies that came out during the pandemic that didn't go to theaters. Those were original films. They put Inside Out 2 out, which is a big franchise. Of course, it's going to make money. Inside Out 2 continued its box office success and became Pixar's highest grossing movie on Wednesday. Shortly after, it became the first film of the year to hit $1 billion, which is insane because it surpassed Incredibles 2. So they need to get on Incredibles 3 ASAP, because what is happening here? It's Pixar's highest grossing film at the worldwide box office, not adjusted for inflation, and the fourth highest grossing animated film of all time. Wow. The summer hit has grossed $1.25 billion globally. That is insane. Yeah. So expect an Inside Out 3 announcement. Maybe expect a couple spin-off movies. What do you guys think about this? Inside Out 2 dominating the box office. I liked the movie. I haven't seen the first Inside Out. I just seen the second one. And I like the second one. It shows anxiety and how a teen will get a panic attack and how they overcome panic attacks. I thought that whole storyline was really solid. And I think showing that to kids around that age is a good thing, so they can get ahead of what anxiety is and what a panic attack looks like. So maybe they won't freak out if they've seen Inside Out 2. What do you guys think about this dominating the box office? Let me know in the comment section. Continuing this trend with animation, Shrek 5 sets a 2026 release date with Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz returning. She was retired, so she's coming out of retirement for this. Okay. I'm going to be real with y'all. I was a huge Shrek fan, and then I kind of fell off after the third one. This is my generation, okay? I was it was like 10 or 11 when the first Shrek came out. So, yeah, this is for us. They're going back to the swamp. DreamWorks Animation has announced that Shrek 5 is officially in development with a far, far away release date of July 1st, 2026. That's going to come in no time. Original Shrek stars Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz are all confirmed to return. We all knew this was eventually going to happen because the post-credit scene for Puss in Boots was him returning to Far, Far Away. Antonio Banderas will return as a feisty feline. Is not yet confirmed. Oh, so we don't know if Antonio Banderas is coming. He's gonna be there. He's gotta be. Shrek the Third. Okay, so it will be directed by Walt Dorn, who served as a writer and artist on Shrek 2. Okay, and Shrek the Third, and had a story on Shrek Forever After. Shrek 5 will be produced by franchise returner Gina Shea and Illumination founder Chris Melandandri. Okay. Melandandri. Brad Abelson serves as a co-director. Okay, so there's two people in the director's chair. Murphy already let it slip in June that he had already begun voice recording for the film and will do a Donkey spin-off movie as well. See, they're just doubling down on these big properties, okay? Which is smart, because when you're low on cash and you need a guaranteed hit, you double down and you put out a Shrek movie. This is DreamWorks too. What do I think about this? You could do one more, okay, unless they do them back to back. You could do like 5, 6, and 7 and just record all the audio back to back. Lock those actors in, because it doesn't take that long to record voice audio, because you don't have to be on a set or nothing, so you can just go in for a few hours and bust out a whole bunch of lines. Just get those 3 movies filmed or recorded, rather, and get these next movies done. We've been waiting for a Shrek movie for years. Let's just strike while the iron's hot. Get 5, 6, and 7 recorded out of the way. That's probably huge to do. That's a huge to do. So probably won't happen. People are probably just gonna be excited that Mike Myers is coming back, because he did that Netflix series. My bad. He did that Netflix series, the Pendaverant or whatever the fuck it was called, and it flopped hard. So that's not a good look, because that was supposed to be his comeback. Pentaveret, I think that's what it's called. And then it didn't really do well. And then he tried to come back with, he left after the Love Guru bombed, because that sucked for a lot of people. So he couldn't take the heat. He's like, I'm gonna leave for a while. So now he's coming back with Shrek 5. What do you guys think about this? Eddie Murphy's also on a run with Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, which was a good movie. It wasn't the best movie. I can kind of go into a little rant about that. What do you guys think about this Shrek 5 news? Comment below in the comment section. Next topic. Here's a little side topic talking about Eddie Murphy. A lot of people have been dogging on Beverly Hills Cop 3. Okay? And that's one of the best ones. It's at an amusement park. It's at Wonder World. You got all this lore. You got George Lucas cameoing and giving a cameo in the movie. This is the best one. Like all the side dudes, like they had a lot of character. The set pieces were insane. Him rescuing this kid on the ride was insane. Just the whole him in disguise, the okie dokie shuffle or whatever. That was hilarious. There was this guy, the most intimidating villain in the whole franchise, Ellis DeWalt. The reason why Beverly Hills Cop 3 is the best one is because Ellis DeWalt kills Eddie Murphy's lieutenant or whatever. I think it was his lieutenant. His captain. Just the look in his eyes when he shoots his captain. Like, oh man, that was... In the opening sequence is insane too. With the whole car shop scene with the painting. They're painting and then they get shot. And then it's just everything about Beverly Hills Cop 3. It is what it is. It's fun. There's a lot of action. The set pieces are insane. I tried watching the first 2 last weekend and they just didn't really hold up. They're just kind of boring. But this one it was always a good watch. Always. They had like, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Oh, it's just taking me to Wikipedia. The henchmen in this movie are the most iconic. I don't understand why people don't like Beverly Hills Cop 3. It's rumored that Eddie Murphy had problems with the filming of the movie, and he wasn't happy with the script or something. I don't think that should take away from your enjoyment of the film. But yeah, this whole thing right here with Uncle Dave. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. Look. He's like gritting his teeth, talking shit to Eddie on stage. Just like rubbing in his face that he killed his captain. Like, come on, dude. That's peak Beverly Hills Cop. And that's something that the new one didn't really have. I mean, Kevin Bacon did his thing, right? But he wasn't as intimidating as DeWalt. He didn't really do anything of substance to really affect Eddie Murphy. He didn't kill his wife, or he didn't kill his daughter. Like, there was no stakes with with Kevin Bacon. Really, it was just a heist kind of plot. So there was no personal stakes when it comes to that movie. They did introduce his daughter, which was cool. I like seeing Sarge back, but he didn't do much. I'm happy. I'm just happy he was in the movie. So there was things to like about Axel Foley. I just don't think they captured the. Maybe it's just because they're getting older. I don't know. There's something about the third one. It just really piqued my interest. What did you guys think about Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley? Am I wrong? Tell me why you don't like Beverly Hills Cop 3 in the comments. And if it's just because it's at an amusement park, why is that a deterrent? Because when people think of California, they think of Disneyland. And I just think that having Wonderworld in there and having their own lore, it really added to the franchise. It expanded what it was. It wasn't just Eddie Murphy driving around Beverly Hills again. They wanted to do something different. And I really think they succeeded. And I think people are letting Eddie Murphy's personal trauma on the set or whatever affect the way that they're looking at the movie. So, anyways, what did you guys think about Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley? Let me know in the comments section. Next up, let's talk about the Acolyte. What is this dude's deal? What is Torben's deal over here? This dude is on one. He's been on one. He is a whiny little. I don't even want to call. He's just a whiny little. You know what I'm saying? What is it, like? His eyes are like, I want to go home. I want to go home. This dude was giving Jaden Smith energy from Karate Kid. You feel me? He compromised the whole mission. No wonder he drank the poison at the beginning of the show. I just couldn't believe that, like, that Padawan. He wasn't even like a Padawan anymore. He was borderline Jedi. Like, he's about to take the trials. This is Torben right here. This right here. I want to go home. Straight up. Torben. Where does he say, I want to go home right here? This is Torben. Ready? That's him. That's Torben. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna rewind that part. Look at his eyes. That's him for sure. Yeah, that episode. We only got one more episode left of the Acolyte, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. If it's not a whole Quymere flashback, and we get to see him becoming a Sith, and get his part of the story, this show jumped the shark. The Wookiee let us down. Yeah. Oh, there was a lightsaber fight. Okay. Really? Let's not go there. Anyways, that's what I took away from the Acolyte. Yeah, you can talk about the canon and the girls are the twins are really one, split into two. You can get into all that lore talk for hours. My main takeaway was how Torben ruined everything for everyone. He took off on that bike, and it was a wrap. He's like, I'm going to get these twins, and I'm going back to Coruscant. I want to go home. Okay, Jaden Smith. What do you guys think about the Acolyte? Episode 7, I believe. Let me know in the comments section. It's getting pretty crazy. There's some people that really like the Acolyte, and then there's people like Christian Harloff who's just completely turned against it. John Campea just gave up watching it altogether. Mike Kalinowski's like, what's happening here? Which I don't blame him. Those guys used to be really like, they're always neutral when it comes to Star Wars. They're going to give their honest opinions. Then you got people like Star Wars Theory. He claims to be giving honest opinions, but then he's like real super nitpicky about just little plot elements because it's conflicting with the canon. You know what I mean? So, listen, guys. When it comes to Star Wars canon, if it's not in the TV series, if it's not in the movies, it's not canon. Ben said it. Dave Filoni says the same thing. If it's not in the TV series, if it's not in the movies, we can change things up. Yeah, there's novels out there. There's comic books out there post-Disney. Yes, we know that Disney announced everything was supposed to be canon. It's clear. Obviously, it's clear that's not the case. So just for general rule, if it's not in the movies, if it's not on the television, Disney Plus shows, if it's not in the Clone Wars series, that's not the animation version. Because the anime version is not canon. If it's not any of those things, it's not canon. Oh, but Kaimudi Mundi or whatever his name, his age was revealed on a CD-ROM in 1999. That CD-ROM is not canon. Sorry. I read the Jango Fett books in school. Those books aren't canon. They're not canon. The Jango Fett game isn't canon on the PS2. We want it to be canon, but that's not what's going on here. We have legend stuff. That's obviously not canon. They can pull from that and change things up. Who knows? What do you guys think of the Acolyte so far? Let me know in the comments section. Next topic. Final topic today. Oh, yes, dude. Gladiator 2, the sequel to Gladiator. Nobody thought there would be a sequel to Gladiator. Why not? Why not? Ridley Scott has been on one, and now the fans are fuming over one element in the trailer. Listen, 20 years from now, people aren't going to be talking about, oh, well, the trailer music sucked, so therefore the movie sucks. They try to do that with the Suicide Squad. Like, oh, they really messed up the trailer for that, so therefore the movie sucks. It's like, people aren't going to remember the trailers. So if this movie is good, it's going to stand on its own, and people are going to forget about the music in the trailer. Oh my gosh, not the music. Unbelievable. Not the music. Not Kanye West. They put No Church in the Wild in a Gladiator 2 trailer. Listen, I understand you guys' perspective here. Oh, well, it's a modern day song in the Gladiator film that's supposed to be years, 100 AD, 180 AD. You know, with a selling hit from 2012. Was a step too far. Somebody said, when the rap starts playing, I thought Vin Diesel was going to show up with his V8 in the arena. Making an emergency call to Hans Zimmer. Oh boy. We went from Hans Zimmer to freaking Spotify music. Whoever put that song in the trailer needs to be sent to the arena with the Lions. Send them to the Shark Tank. You guys are going into the grinder. What are you guys doing? Listen. I guess it just depends on how you feel on the day. Yeah, you could obviously, yeah, you can complain about the song in the trailer, but really, is that really going to deter you from going to see this thing in the theaters? You know, there's going to be another trailer that's probably going to have some Hans Zimmer like music. So I don't know. People should just be happy we're getting a direct sequel. It's not a remake and it's not a direct sequel. It's not like The Day After. It's 30 years later. It's still a sequel. It's still a sequel. Guess what? It's called Gladiator 2. It's a sequel. What do you guys think about this stuff? Are you guys brutally responding to this? Are you fuming over the fact that Kanye West and Jay-Z have the song of the century playing in the background for the Gladiator 2 trailer? Are you upset that you thought Vin Diesel was going to show up in his V8 in the trailer for Gladiator 2? Are you making an emergency call to Hans Zimmer? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. And on that note, people, we've covered a lot of topics today. Hugh Jackman, Gladiator 2, Beverly Hills Cop, Inside Out 2. It's all happening. Shrek 5's coming. Torben wants to go home. What is happening in today's film industry? Oh gosh, the box office, the theaters are going to close. And then Inside Out 2 comes out, makes over $1 billion. Oh no, it's not going to shut down after all. It's not. We're good, people. We're good. I can go to the movie still? Okay. Yeah, I know. Who cares? Are you an investor? Unless you're a main producer of this thing, don't worry. If you want to see it in the theaters, go see it in theaters. Just be happy you're not Kevin Costner. Okay, be happy you're not Kevin Costner putting 36 mil of your own money into Horizon. The sequel got pulled from. It's not even coming out in theaters anymore. It's like, whoa. We lost a lot of money on this movie. Nobody went to see it. Are we gonna film the third one? Kevin Costner's like, shit. I quit Yellowstone for this. That's not good. I don't know. I think his ego. I don't think he's coming back to Yellowstone, regardless of how good Horizon did. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about all these topics today? It's been episode 36 of Getting Geeked with your host, Danny Allen. There's no sponsors of this show. If you want to sponsor the show, hit up the Cash App in the bottom of the corner, money sign, pay Danny Allen. In the notes section, submit a question. I'll answer it at the end of the show. Promote your business. Write the name of your business in the notes section. I will shout you out at the end of the episode. It's been episode 36, Getting Geeked with Danny Allen. Run it back.
Getting geeked. Getting geeked. Getting geeked with Danny Allen. Getting geeked. Getting geeked. Getting geeked with Danny Allen.